I asked ChatGPT to write one simple client email. It packed 7 AI tells into 6 sentences. And almost everyone sends emails like this every single day, without noticing. Here's the thing, your clients read AI emails all day now. They can't always explain what feels off, but they feel it. And the moment they feel it, your carefully written message starts reading like spam. So, 5 fixes. The first 4 take under a minute each. Fix 5 is the one almost nobody does, and it makes the other 4 happen automatically. And if you've never touched ChatGPT in your life, you're covered too. We start from a blank screen. No installs, no tech setup, 90 seconds, and you're in. By the end, you'll know exactly which tells your own emails are guilty of. Quick ground rule first. I'm not telling you to stop using ChatGPT for email. I use it every day. It saves me hours, and I'm not giving that up. But here's what most people miss. The problem is never that you used AI. The problem is shipping the draft untouched. An untouched draft carries the tells, and the tells cost you trust before anyone reads your actual point. Every tell we're about to fix is something a reader spots in seconds, and one of them is hiding in the very first line you send. We'll get there in 2 minutes. First, the 90-second setup. If you already live in ChatGPT, the chapters are right under this video. Jump straight to fix 1. For everyone else, here's the whole thing from a blank screen because fix 5 needs one specific setting most people have never opened. Type chatgpt.com into your browser. That's it, that's the install. There's a desktop app for Mac and Windows and a phone app too, but the browser version does everything we need today. Click sign up, use your email or your Google account, and you're in. A free account is enough for every fix in this video. If you're wondering where free actually stops hurting and paid starts making sense, I tested that in a separate video. Link in the description. Now the interface tour. The text box at the bottom is the whole product. You type, you hit enter, it answers. Everything else is furniture. On the left, you've got your sidebar. Every conversation you start gets saved there, so a chat you set up once stays reusable forever. There's a search box up top too, so old drafts never get lost. Remember that, it's the backbone of Fix 5. Next to the text box, there's a plus button. That's how you attach files and screenshots. You won't need it today, but now you know where it lives. Up top, the model picker. For email, the default model is fine. Don't overthink it. And one more click, the one that matters. Click your profile picture, bottom left corner, then settings, then personalization. This is where custom instructions live. It's a plain text field where you tell ChatGPT how to write, and it applies to every future chat automatically. Nobody opens this menu. This menu is where Fix 5 happens. That's the whole setup. No install, no card, 90 seconds. Now let's break the first tell, and it's sitting in the first line of the last email you sent. Say you run a small design agency. You're chasing an unpaid invoice, so you ask ChatGPT for a polite follow-up. It opens with, "I hope this email finds you well." Your client has seen that exact line all week, in every other email, from every vendor using the same tool. That opener is the fastest tell on this list. No real person hopes an email finds anyone well. Real people open with the point because they're busy. So is your client. And the closer is usually just as bad. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Nobody says that across a desk either. Same family. Just circling back, touching base, hope you had a great weekend. All filler, all tells. The fix. Delete the greeting fluff and start with why you're writing. Quick follow-up on invoice 214. It's 2 weeks past due. That's the whole opener. Then close the same way you'd end a hallway conversation. Can you send it this week? Done. If you need warmth, one specific line beats any greeting. Love the logo direction you sent on Tuesday. Specific reads human. Polite reads generated. Openers are easy to catch, but the next tell survives even careful editing because it hides in plain sight. Now say you're an ops manager rolling out a new process. ChatGPT drafts the announcement. Your team will leverage a robust framework to optimize the workflow. Moving forward, of course. Here's the trap. None of those words are wrong. They're just words nobody says out loud. And that's exactly why they scream AI. Your team reads that and hears a press release, not their manager. Read your draft out loud, one time. Your own mouth finds these words instantly. If you'd never say it across a desk, it doesn't belong in the email. That test costs you 30 seconds and catches more than any tool. The fix is a kill list. Leverage becomes use. Utilize becomes use. Streamline, robust, delve. Cut them or swap them for the word you'd actually say. My full list is 20 words, it's in the description, and one pass through it takes about a minute. One warning. Don't ask ChatGPT to remove these words in the same chat. It swaps them for new ones from the same shelf. This pass is yours. Bonus effect. After 2 weeks of this, you start catching the words before you even paste the draft. The list trains you back, so the words are clean. But your email can still scream AI without a single one of them. Because the next tell isn't what you write, it's what the email looks like. Picture a sales rep answering a one-line question. Can we move the call to Thursday? ChatGPT replies with a header, 3 bullet points, and a bolded summary. For a yes or no question, that's overstructure. Humans match effort to message size. A 3-line answer formatted like a quarterly report reads automated, instantly. The client asked a question, they got a document. And check the subject line while you're at it. Exciting update regarding our upcoming collaboration. Every word capitalized, nothing said. A human writes, about Thursday's call. The fix. Match the shape to the ask. 1 thought, 1 short paragraph. Save bullets for lists a human would actually write. 3 or more real options with a real choice between them. And kill the bold everywhere. Wait, actually keep bold on one thing. A deadline or a number. Anything more turns into noise. Small email, small shape. That's the rule. If the reply fits in 2 sentences, 2 sentences is the professional version. Longer message? Fine. Just make the structure yours, not the templates. Now here's where it gets interesting. Even with clean words and clean formatting, there's a rhythm problem underneath. It's the tell readers feel but can't name. Say you're a project manager sending a weekly status update. Every sentence in the draft lands at about 15 words. Same shape every time. Subject, verb, polite tale. Even the paragraphs match. 3 lines each, like bricks in a wall. Read 3 in a row and you feel the metronome. ChatGPT writes suspiciously even. Perfect grammar, uniform length, 0 contractions. Honestly, I think perfect grammar might be the strongest tell on this entire list. People don't write like that. We interrupt ourselves. We write short. 3 moves fix it. First, contractions everywhere they fit. It is becomes it's. Do not becomes don't. Second, break 1 sentence into a fragment, like this. 1 4-word sentence per email is enough to kill the metronome. Third, watch the long dash. ChatGPT scatters it through every draft, and real emails almost never use it. A comma or a period does the same job quietly. Your reader will never point at rhythm. They'll just stop feeling watched by a template. And that feeling is the difference between a reply and a delete. These 4 fixes work, but they're manual. Every email, every time. Fix 5 deletes the problem at the source, so drafts come out sounding like you from the first word. Before I show you that one, if you're the person who has to make AI work without a dev team, subscribe. 1 workflow with real numbers every Tuesday. Okay, fix 5. Here's the mistake underneath everything we just fixed. Say you own a landscaping company and you type, write a professional email to a client. Professional is the problem. You just asked for the average of every corporate email ever written, and the average is exactly what you got. ChatGPT doesn't know your voice unless you show it. No instruction fixes that, because polished and generic is its default setting. So stop describing your voice and paste it. Grab 3 emails you actually sent and liked, real ones, with your short sentences, your sign-off, even your 1-word replies. Drop them in and say, match this voice, this tone, this length. Draft only, I'll edit. Now make it permanent. Remember that personalization menu from the setup? Open it and paste the same thing into custom instructions. 2 short lines about how you write, plus your best email as the sample. Mine say something like, I write short and direct, I skip greetings, I never use bullet points in email. Plain language about your plain language. Save. From now on, every new chat starts already trained on you. Do this once, and every draft after comes out already sounding close to you. Matter of fact, this is why the first 4 fixes suddenly get fast. There's just less to fix. You stop rewriting the robot and start editing yourself. And refresh the samples every few months. Your voice drifts, your projects change, and last year's emails train last year's you. Remember the email from the start? 7 tells in 6 sentences. Same email, 5 fixes applied. New opener, kill list pass, structure flattened, rhythm broken, and a fresh draft from a style sample. 0 tells. It took about 2 minutes, and it reads like a person wrote it because by the end, 1 did. That's the whole system. ChatGPT writes the draft. You put yourself back in. Your client never thinks about your tools again. They just answer the email. And no, nobody's asking you to write from scratch again. The draft still takes 30 seconds. The difference is what happens in the 2 minutes after. And here's your homework. Tonight, open the last email you actually sent and count your own tells against the checklist. That number tells you which fix to start with. I publish one of these every Tuesday, real workflows with real numbers. Subscribe so the next one doesn't cost you another month of emails that sound like a bot. The full kill list, all 5 fixes, and the copy-paste voice prompt are in one free checklist. Link in the description. The checklist is free, the comment is the price. What's the worst AI tell you've ever caught in a real email? Drop it below. I read every one, and the best ones end up in future videos. And if you're wondering what ChatGPT emails cost you in hours, not just style, my free versus paid breakdown is right here.